Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome to Chinwag number 69, Reseller Chat, Reseller Sales and more. Dreaded February.
Reseller Chat Sales. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the title.
Yeah.
Move forward a bit.
We need to work on our titles a bit, don't we?
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
I think they're quite good.
So.
I think the titles are pretty good.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think the titles are pretty good. I don't know. I think you're a bit... Yeah, I think they'll do the job just fine.
Yeah.
Welcome to our weekly chat. For those of you that may be new, I'm Zahir, this is Rebecca. We do a weekly Friday chat where we just talk about our week in reselling.
On eBay?
On eBay mostly.
Mainly.
Yeah, mostly
that's
eBay.
What we concentrate on.
Yeah, that's what we tend to concentrate a lot on. And so we get on and talk about how our week has gone, and we get to share it with a great community of people that you can find on Facebook called the Tat Chat group. So yeah, obviously that's spawned from Nick and I's chat, which we do on a Tuesday, alternating on mine and Nick's channel, where we just talk again just about stuff really. Sometimes we just get on and talk about random stuff, but we try to keep it
not all of it useful.
Not all of it.
Some of it
useful, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully sound is good and the picture's okay. We were having a few issues where it kept saying it was bad stream. That might just be
we've had to lower the bit rate a little bit, so
hoping it should be okay.
Yes, and we'll come in and say a few hellos.
So hoping internet is okay.
I'm sure internet is going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Let me just quickly open us up on the watch page as well. Currently we've got 47 people watching, which is excellent. So thank you for joining us. We will say a few hellos. We've got Karin in the chat. We've got Adam Kelsey as well. Ryan joined as well. So that's Doing It Yourself Lifestyle. Southwest Sellers. Good evening, Bex, Alfie, and the other one. Yes. Peter Ray.
He's actually behind us. He keeps scratching at the door. Yeah.
You're not letting him in, are we?
No. He ends up just sitting on your lap,
farting and stuff, and it's just, it's not easy.
It's really distracting, to be quite honest.
Yes, so we're trying to keep him at bay.
He's not in the room on his own. He has got the girl sitting with him. But he's just refusing.
He wants to. Yeah, exactly. Karen says she's got a bad back. It's rubbish. That's horrible.
I hate it. I struggle with my back.
We're getting quite a few aches and pains right now. We're obviously walking a lot more since getting Alf, which is something, and we recently started running. When I say running, I really mean like a slow jog.
A slow jog.
You know, like the kind of people, when sometimes you're walking around and you see people jogging.
Someone could walk faster than we jog.
Yeah, and you think to yourself, what's that about? I can walk faster than that. We're those people now doing that slow jog.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
Yes.
Just remember that,
okay? Yes. And we can actually now jog for about 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, but 14 minutes.
Yeah, we had 2 stops last.
But they were like seconds, weren't they? They were like
it
seconds.
Was quite literally, I need to catch my breath. Okay, come on then, let's go again.
Yeah. It was you as well, wasn't it?
It was
just wanted to point out, it was not me.
But you know what? You've got much longer legs than me, so, you've got a bigger stride and...
Yeah, but I'm also carrying more. We had this conversation.
You always say this, man.
We often have this conversation, don't we? About, like, who's got it tougher.
Technically, I'm actually overweight for my
Do you think?
Oh, what do you call it? What's
your
the
height,
word?
your BMI.
Height. That's it.
Is your BMI? You can't be over.
Yeah. I'm bordering.
No.
I wouldn't call it overweight. Maybe overweight is the wrong word, but I'm kind of over where I should be according to like my BMI.
Okay, all right.
So yeah.
Apologies, guys, if the stream's a bit bad because it is saying it's bad now, which is a bit worrying.
We'll carry on with the hellos.
We'll carry on with a few hellos. Richard Hale's in there. We said Peter Ray as well. Dave Rowland, Andy Robinson, Kirsten has joined us from Kirsten's Curiosities. Ray Cunningham. and we've said Dave already, and they've been chatting a lot. Chelsea has popped in. Jay and Callum has joined us as well. It's Jay actually. Richard says Z stuffing fried chicken down his throat. I don't know what you mean by that. The Steve Green Adventure. Steve says hi everyone, happy Rusev Day. Blitz Simon says hi as well. CT Whale. Jay Burke says hi. Chris Linney says hi as well. Welcome Mir Cameron, Ali. Lots of people joining us this evening, which is lovely. G-Man, I bet Z runs like Larry Grayson, says G-Man. I'm probably a sight to behold, like, panting, like it's horrible really. Happy Chap 84 says couch to 5k is the way to go. I've heard about that. I'm not sure whether Happy Chap is the one that's mentioned it in the chat before. But still haven't checked that out, but need to. Yes. Jay and Callum says Jay says sold 10 shirts today already on merch, 25 yesterday. Thank goodness it's going back up after the January slump. That's fantastic to hear, Jay. We still haven't sold a shirt yet. Yeah, but we still haven't. We've only got 5 shirts. Do you know what? We still haven't filled our 10 slots. No. So it's I don't like saying filling slots, because it's What else do you want to call them? I don't know, filling spaces, What are you like? Why do you have to go there for, man? It's just my mind. It's I know. I can't help. It's always in the gutter. Filling slots. Go, move on. We're moving on, quick. So we haven't filled our slots yet. And it would help if you could say that without laughing. Anyway. we need to get on with that. At least typical rubbish signal Garstang and Scotland. Our internet connection's rubbish. It really does take a dip. I don't like it at all. I mean, are we really bad? Are we like jerking around on the screen and stuff? I don't know. I'd mute it. Oh, okay, it is muted. Yeah, it's muted already. We're hoping it will be okay. Yeah, we'll see. If not, we're gonna have to just start doing like loads. I'm just gonna. Have you just? Jason Myland's comment says, "Loving the feeler top Z. Never seen that one before." Yes. Beck actually pointed out it's now falling apart. Yeah, it's got a little hole in the pocket. It's falling apart at the pocket. So yes, it's something that we need to work on. Jerky. It's really jerky. It's really jerky. I don't know what we should do. Should we reduce like something, or I don't know if we can. Yeah, we can. If we can, you're the tech person. I don't think we can do it. Like, we're gonna have to quickly go off and come back. We're gonna have to quickly go off and come back. Do you think it's gonna be an issue, or do you? Yeah, it's jerking a bit. Yeah, we're gonna quickly adjust the quality, stop it and then we'll come back. Yeah, and we'll come back. We're gonna just do that. Okay, guys, bear with us just for one moment. We're gonna just streaming. Okay, now it really shouldn't be. It will say now we're getting the wrong resolution maybe, but I don't think that should matter too much. So we'll see what happens here, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see whether it's it allows. Whether it allows. See. Okay, we're back on now anyway. So yeah. Okay. We've adjusted the quality a fair bit, so hopefully. It should be okay. Yeah. We've lowered the bit rate and we've changed the resolution, so hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah. It's not. I don't know what it is. We've been having these issues recently with our upload. So each week on a Friday, we obviously on our screen it just comes up. Yeah. It's bad stream. Yeah. So we can see at this end, but we don't know how much obviously it's affecting. Yeah. What's going out. Filling slots on episode 69, says Steve Green. Thank you. Question Z, what's happened to the super smart hairstyle from your vlog? Asked Adam. Okay. What happened was when I filmed that bit of the vlog where I combed my hair, it was after I'd showered. Now I don't often put product in my hair of any kind, so what happens is as soon as my hair dries, it just frizzes up and it just frizzes up, and then it just looks like it does now. So that's what happened. We've got a question. Yes. If you go. Question. Yeah, problem solved. Problem solved asks a question. Jerking just as bad as the slots. Okay. With the success on the RC, would you look to expand it further? Maybe buying parts from China. Ask problem solved. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I haven't looked into it.
We're thinking of keeping the main store quite RC at the moment.
Are.
But that's only if we can sustainably find RC.
Yeah, if we can continue to get the right sort of stock.
Or what we might do is we might keep the main store RC whilst we've got a lot of RC. Because part of me thinks that you've got to just go by what's in front of you.
And that's the thing, it might change quite a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, what we're trying to do is the second store is going to be more of a general store now. So you're going to actually be sourcing for that one as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, because if we're going to keep the second store general, then it does allow us the option to go more kind of into niche it out.
The main store more.
Yeah.
So so we're definitely going to be looking for.
And we do love it, don't we? Well, I do love the RC stuff. I really
but it just
do.
depends on whether we're still able
China's
to pick
an
up that
option.
Sort of
China is an option because you can start getting things, and but the problem with that is, and obviously just margins and I'd still rather just like buy job lots of RC, like maybe people clearing out their collections.
Let's go with it's a maybe. We haven't made our mind up on that.
I mean, for now, the main store is pretty much RC, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the car boots this Sunday, and we're gonna be buying stuff for the second store. So we're gonna get like the general stuff on the second store. But yeah, it's not like it's not completely something. It's not what we want to do completely. Righty, and Andrea says hi.
Hi, Andrea.
Yeah, so hopefully the image quality is better now. Tat on the Time says, evening everyone, Zahir, just watch your thrift battle. Congratulations on the win. When's your next round? Are you against Steve Rakin? I don't think so.
Don't know.
I don't know. I've not spoken to those guys since being on the show, so I don't know.
I know they were planning on doing a second round.
I think they were planning on doing, like they're going to get people together and
So I don't know. We don't know what's happening.
Exactly. Everyone's saying it's sorted now, I think.
Good.
I think it's sorted now. Andy says, please don't buy parts from China. We've got enough. Find someone in England to produce unique quality items before our skilled tradesmen die out, says Andy Robinson. That's the thing. I think when you start going down the route of China and stuff, you got to have deep pockets. We don't have very deep pockets, which means if we go out and buy it from China and we buy wrong, it will harm us more. Whereas when we're out, even though this stuff is this haul of stuff is a lot in quantity and whatnot, it was still found using good old treasure hunting, wasn't it? It was still opportunism. It was still kind of getting out there and finding a deal, and we'd much rather carry on finding deals because often you get better value, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, because when you go out and buy China, you're already, they're not going to give you the best deal, are they? I mean, there's going to be bigger RC companies that are buying in bigger quantities that are going to get the better deals. And if little old me turns up and says, I want to buy some parts off of you.
Yeah. I'm not. I suppose that's true.
Yeah, that's what. That's true. Yeah, exactly. All right. We're going to carry on now, guys. So,
Nick's just
Nick's joined as well. Hi, Nick.
Hello,
Nick. Enjoyed your vlog. Sad dog face. Yeah, we posted our vlog up earlier, and it was pretty funny. We had a little laugh at Alfie's expense. Feel a bit mean.
A little bit mean.
But it was still funny.
A little mean.
Yeah.
He's gone now.
He's gone now. Okay, he's probably gone and sat down with the girls.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna get on with the sales of the week, etc. And it's actually quite. It's an interesting time because this month we weren't looking forward to February.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Last February for us was absolutely awful. Like the whole month was awful. And if you kind of watch our videos like from last year, you will notice we were constantly week after week going on live on a Friday night and actually stating that sales have been awful, and feeling pretty down in the dumps about it, quite honestly, weren't we?
Yeah, we were
Yeah, so
no, if you go back and like I said, if you take a look at those videos, it was week after week, and it started to get to the point where we were mega stressed out. And we had a lot of items listed. We had probably around 800 items listed at the time, and we just couldn't understand. Like, we thought we were doing everything you're meant to be doing, and things just weren't selling. And we thought, oh, maybe it's just a quiet time, we need to be prepared better, etc. But what we found was, luckily for us at the time, I suppose, it was just was it in March or was it in February? I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was in March that we came across like a big haul of electronics.
It was towards the end of March,
and that changed everything for us. That changed our mindset towards sourcing. It changed a lot of things. Because then we quickly realized that, do you know what? eBay is never slow if you've got the right items. It really isn't. It's slow if you don't have the right items.
Yeah, it can be slower.
It can be slower, yeah. But if you've got the right items...
Because I say we've had the same stock since like August. September was when we started listing it. So... You know,
but it's not stopped selling. I don't know if
we've shared ourselves yet, have we?
No, not yet.
No,
but we've not stopped selling though, have we?
No. But there is a difference in what we're selling now and what we were selling, you know, a few months back.
Well, that's just it. Last February, last year we had pretty much all you know, car boot and charity shop stock in the store, and in our store, and we thought we'd picked up decent things. Obviously, we hadn't. Because it wasn't selling. It wasn't selling. And even now, I've still got a few hundred items of stuff that we've picked up from car boots and charity shops. Yeah. And that stuff sells, but very rarely. Like, the odd bit might sell here and there, but it's not. Most of it is the stuff that's in demand. And I really do feel that it comes down to like having you know, it's not just about finding stuff that makes profit, because I think at the time we were buying things that were making profit, and you know, you can go to the car boot and you can find something that you can make a profit on, and you can see that there's a sold completed listing, but you've also got to look at how often does it sell. And I think at the time we weren't focusing enough on how often something sells. Do you agree with that? Yeah. And I think that
definitely, because it's not just about, you know, great, you found a listing and it's sold. You've also got to look at like some of the previous data, you know, have a scroll down that list and see how many times has it sold. Like when you do the completed listing thing. You know.
Exactly. It's definitely something we found that you know, we would now do, is not just see whether something's profitable, is how much demand is there for it. And since we've had stuff that like is in demand, like it started off with the electronics haul last year, and all of a sudden we found buyers, you know, people buying things because the stuff we had was in demand. And you know, it's just something to bear in mind, and it has changed. It's changed how we feel a lot. Right. Okay. What we're going to do then is we're going to quickly... We'll catch up with the chat in a moment.
Yep. Should we go? Are we going to screen share or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to screen share. So
we'll do like a screen share now. Okay, and we'll show you guys our sales. We always go through what we've sold. You know, and then you know, we'll just see what. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. Right.
Here we are. Let's just move us out of the way.
We must have been doing something else. There we go.
Little sale come through there. Oh, cool. It's just some Airfix stuff. Right. Yeah. So this is the sales. Now, we didn't quite make £1,000 this last 7 days, which is a shame. But
it is a shame, but I'm not getting disappointed by our figures. No. Actually, because I'm like.
Yeah. We have got a couple of things here to point out. First of all, the sales for the last 7 days. So this is where February is almost like a bogey month for us, isn't it?
Yeah, I was dreading this month. Absolutely dreading it.
We had such a rough time last year. It was it was probably the toughest point since moving, and since you leaving your job, your full-time job. That was, I think that February really was like a sucker punch, because we came up in the August of the previous year and we were fine, and then bam, February came and just hit us. But yeah, you can see that even though we didn't hit 1,000 over the last 7 days, this is for the last 7 days, we did actually increase our sales 49% up over last February. So this last 7 days is 49% better than the last February, the same period, and I think that's huge for us, absolutely huge. And the same goes with the number of transactions, up 55%. So you can see a number of transactions. It's really cool. So you can see the sales. We'll go through the sales quickly. So yellow is last year, and a blue is this year. So you can see on the 3rd, we actually did better last year with £60. This year we did 45, but it was like 3 transactions on both days. Then again, last year was better on the 4th of Feb. We had a 220 versus £120 day, and you can actually see, even though we did less, we did 3 more transactions there. But then this February, see, this is where last year we were counting a lot on nice items, weren't we? Like high value.
Yeah, trying to concentrate on high value. Not have too many of the low value items. And I suppose this is a really good point to kind of make, I suppose.
Because you can either go high value and then be like, we've got to, if you go high value, you're not going to have as many items potentially, because you'll have spent more money on the high value stock. But then if it doesn't sell, you can be in trouble. And I think,
not to mention you'll have a high amount invested in it as well.
And then you can see there, February the 5th was a big difference. £32 last year. This year 327, 2 transactions versus 9. And then here 57.88, 1,592,
and that's 2 transactions, 7 transactions.
And then that was 118 and 120, quite close. That's pretty close, 23 and 46, and then 10 and 70 there, so big difference there as well. So much better that way. Number of transactions, it's always going to be higher this year. You can see the blue line this time is much higher
because it was 55% up.
Yeah, exactly. Well. So it's always going to be higher. So 7 versus 3, 7 versus 2, 9 versus 2, 8 transactions versus 6, and then only one day where the previous year actually had more transactions. Well, no, 2 days actually where the previous more transactions.
And then if you notice in the last box, the average selling price.
Average selling price, it's down 4%. So it's not huge. We're still above £20. And if anything, our margins probably better this year, because definitely. Because of what we're selling. We're selling pretty much haul stock, which is now the only thing we're paying out of it are our eBay fees and PayPal fees, tax, and so that's it. We're not actually paying anything technically for the stock now, because it's paid us back so much. So that's been a really huge difference for us this year. I think it's something we're both really keen to work on, because I think we just feel that there is so much benefit to having items that people want, basically. Really don't just look at whether it's profitable. I suppose look at how in demand is what you're selling, right? Okay, let's go back into the chat. Wow, all right. Daniel Moore says, something to look out for. I got this Blu-ray today. Once Upon a Time in America extended director's cut for £1. It goes for about 50 on Amazon and 30 to 40 on eBay used. Well, that's very kind of you for sharing that, Daniel Moore. Thanks for sharing that. I'll try watch Z's vlog tonight. Nick's joking about the vlog name. Vlog. A bunch of vloggers.
Just to touch on the what Chris has put out on the time. He said, the losers have battled. Now it's winners versus winners. Regarding the thrift battles.
Right. Okay. I've got to check that out. Okay.
You better get sourcing again then.
Yeah, it'll be difficult. In a way, it's quite easy because I can just pick out some stuff from here. Right. Jason Milan says it would be better to keep an eye out for other hauls. Keeps your interest active. If you do find other RC parts, all good. Stationery seems to be a good one to find. I see. That's the other thing.
We're pretty much open to that because I mean we were speaking this. Was it this morning or was it yesterday? I can't remember. Anyway, we were speaking recently, and I think I've said on here before I'd really like our next haul to be like a bit of a girly haul, get away from a bit of RC, and we just don't know what we're going to come across. Hopefully next time it will be something a little bit more girly that I can have a bit of an interest in. Would be nice.
And the other thing actually that I wanted to point out was that there is a business model in people buying, just like with Lego, where people buy sets of Lego and then they split them down to individual parts and sell them on. There is, if I wanted, I suppose I could just go and start buying, RC cars complete and then breaking them down, like I'm doing with some of the stuff I've got here. I'm breaking it down and selling it off, but that's part of the haul, But if I wanted a sustainable income, you could literally go to your local model shop, spend 500-600 quid on an RC car, and then literally split it down. You looking at the exploded diagram, split it down to components. But then there's two things. You will make profit on it because people buy parts all the time. It will sell pretty okay, but what you've got to remember is some parts are going to sell a lot quicker than other parts. So you could end up with a bunch of parts which break less often, or if at all. So things like chassis don't sell very quickly. Certain screw sets aren't going to sell very quickly. Certain parts just aren't going to sell because they're just not likely to break. So like battery boxes and receiver boxes and things like that, people don't often need to replace. So you're going to have to worry about that. But you could do that and it's sustainable because you can just go and start buying cars, splitting them and sell them for profit. You could even buy them at retail and sell them for profit. But then it suddenly takes a lot of the fun out of it. It suddenly makes it like a factory job almost, because you're going and you'd be doing this like clockwork, wouldn't you? You'd be going out, buying cars, splitting it up, putting everything. It just sounds like
that's just not fun to you.
No, it sounds like
Unless you can take it outside and run it.
Yeah, it sounds like an absolute nightmare to me. That for me is like the worst thing I could do, because it would ruin my hobby. Because it would just make it like it would be like, what are we doing today? I've got to split these down. I just want to just not do that, and not at all. I'm much happier just finding stuff organically, and even with RC, finding it organically, like finding someone that's had enough of RC, gotten bored of it, grown out of it, whatever, wants to sell their collection. I'm into that because you don't know what you're gonna find. You might find some really cool vintage RC. You might find some old school rare stuff. I'm excited about that.
Good for you.
Good for you, Father. Good for you.
Like I said, I wouldn't mind listing something different.
Well, no, that's fine. Well, no, that's what I'm saying as well, though. But I'm saying for the main store.
No, but you're not. You're saying you still like to.
No, for the main store, I think I'm still going to buy RC. But on the second store, we're definitely going to go other stuff.
Good.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Good.
Chill.
Should we go back in the chat?
Yeah, sure. Let's go back in the chat. Let's go back into the chat. Adam says, I didn't know you guys February last year. How my life has changed for the better, I hope, Adam. It's been crazy how the year has changed.
It has massively changed. Really, really has changed.
Exactly. Problem solved asked questions. You sound quite knowledgeable when talking about your RC stuff. Were you into RC before or learned since you started selling it? I've definitely learned a lot since starting selling it. I was into it.
Yeah,
my dad's always done it.
You've always enjoyed it, haven't you?
But I never took much interest when my dad did it.
No.
Yeah, it was one of those things where like, my dad was doing it, it's not cool, And then as I've gotten older,
it's not the coolest thing on the world.
No, it's super cool.
Yeah.
But I was very casual, like I wasn't like serious.
And you're still learning bits and pieces, aren't you?
I'm learning all the time.
When you have to try and fix something, that's always fun.
Tat on the Time question: has Bex listed that horror doll from the battle?
Yeah, I have actually. We did. The thing is, they sold, didn't they? And then the person didn't end up paying, so I ended up relisting them. But I'm selling them as a bundle because one of them's more desirable than the other. So I'm going to try and get rid of the two together.
Yeah, we've got quite a few watches and interest page views.
Yeah, we've had
I think
a lot
maybe
of
we're asking a bit too much at the moment. I don't know,
running
like
a sale
120
on
quid at the moment. Yeah.
So I had them up for 150, and we've taken a bit off.
Yeah.
So they're running at a sale at the minute.
Adam says it was his hobby before he got the whole. It's still my hobby. I love, but that's the thing. Doing it like this keeps it as a hobby, because of its random nature. Like,
I think that's what you've got to kind of
variety.
Be careful of is like not to kind of
not to make it stale. Like even the haul that we've just bought is random in its nature. It's not like going to China or going to a wholesaler. It's not like, because as soon as you start going to wholesale and stuff, then it really is, then it's a bit boring. This way it's more fun because you like the fun I have is building this stuff and or breaking it.
I don't have any fun in this stuff. I'm just putting it out there.
I like buying parts and fixing stuff. Like this is like my latest ESC.
Oh yeah, this is quite.
This is going to go in the Audi.
Actually.
Yeah.
This is for the Audi.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're going to try and get that up and running. And
we could do a speed. Apparently the Audi can do 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. So 0 to 60 miles an hour. So
that's pretty. That's pretty cool.
I like building it and stuff. And if I was just buying new to strip, it's just not fun. Not fun for me. Yeah.
Make too much noise.
Okay, days. Righty then. George Ross says, what happened to the days of buying and selling 3-figure audio equipment? Are you still after that kind of stuff? You were so against quantity over quality, but suddenly you've gone the other way.
I know how much it has changed. He's completely changed his attitude towards it. Although I do still think that you would really, really like to kind of still kind of get the quality items in, like doing both. I
absolutely love selling high-end hi-fi. That's another one of my hobbies, right? The only reason, like I said, it's about opportunism, right? It is about opportunism. When I was selling a lot of hi-fi, a lot of that came together as a job lot, and that got me into buying more at the car boots, etc. But you've got to then weigh up how often you're going to find that stuff, the space that it takes. We're opportunists, guys, and I absolutely love selling that stuff, don't get me wrong, and I still actually have some hi-fi to list, but I'm really loving, there's something attractive about RC to me right now. I like, and it could change, we're fickle, as we've shown, because I would love nothing better. Sometimes I think I'd love nothing better than to have a store of 100 items or even 50 items, but high end. Like, you can do that, but you have to have a lot of money to do it. And I don't know. Again, I think it became a bit less fun. Don't know. It started to become a little,
the one that was testing it
because I was testing it all, and I don't know. It's a difficult one to explain. You still enjoy it, though. I still enjoy listening to hi-fi and having a hi-fi. I mean, I've actually still got amp speakers, and I'm not like a sound bar type of person. I still enjoy that stuff, but I think space is an issue with it. It really does take up a lot of room. I'm an opportunist, so if I saw something at a good price, I would buy it. But my focus just hasn't been. You can't. It's really hard to focus on everything.
You can say that it takes a lot of room.
No.
Because
if you only have a couple of pieces,
you see the boxes of RC.
Yeah.
No. That takes up room too.
I think I'm just not on. It's not on my radar right now.
Maybe,
do you know what? I think I don't know if you guys find this, but there are so many ways of making money. Right, there's not just one. There's so many ways of making money.
No, I just wanted to pull
me
up
on it. Yeah, okay.
I was just
all right. Okay.
How can you say that?
Yeah, there's some big boxes here. Yeah,
you haven't seen.
One of these cars.
You can't see them, but there's 2 boxes behind us, and they're like so big, and that's just like one car.
One, yeah.
Just one car.
Yeah. It's a low-C MTXL.
You can't then say. I'm sorry, but
might keep that one. Might you said I could keep that one, didn't you?
What ones? I didn't say anything.
No.
Okay. What am I agreeing to now?
Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think sometimes I do lose track. I think that's a flaw of mine, definitely. That because I should still be selling high-end hi-fi because I'm very knowledgeable about it. I'm going to sound so big-headed, but okay, I know a lot. Okay, right. I'm just going to say I know a lot about hi-fi. That's it. I know a lot about hi-fi.
Should we leave it there?
Yeah, I just know a lot about hi-fi. I love hi-fi.
Because we're really far behind in the chat.
So I do want to do more of it in the future, but I think I forget to focus. I should have it written down to focus on these things, and I forget.
You should have a lot written down.
I should have a lot written down. Yeah. Alrighty then. Joan says, I buy and sell anything that makes money. Very true. My sister-in-law gave me a black bag full of boots, but I can't be bothered to clean them, says Corinne. Riveting stuff, Z, says G-Man. Oh, I hope so. I don't know. I think I detect a trace of sarcasm in that comment. Thanks, though, G-Man. Question, if I offer £61 at 5 a.m. on the RA...
We actually joked about this, Ryan, on one of our walks. Because I was like really mad because when he looked at him, he was like, oh no, I've just sold a car for 60 quid. And then another offer come through. And I said, it's not the R8 and it's not Ryan's offering like 50 quid on it.
Oh gosh. Okay, that's a very funny question from Ryan. For those of you that haven't seen the vlog, ow. No, not letting him in. No. Okay. For those of you that haven't seen the vlog, what happened was quite funny. It's even better now. The story's improved because I've actually sold it. I had these 2 items listed. Do you want to hold that?
Not really. Not when you fling it in my face like that.
Hold it and like show it to the camera.
There you go.
So that's an engine.
Yeah.
Okay, you can move it now. And I had this listed. It's a little car. Give me emails.
I feel like sitting over here.
Why?
There we go. Fine, go.
Okay.
There we go.
So you can see that there were 2 different items. There's an engine and a car. The engine was listed for £80 for spares or repair. The car is like new and was listed for 160. Because even though it's so tiny, I've got to show people. Any excuse to show people. It's so cute. Look how small this is. But guys, it's a full nitro engine car. There's the head and there's the glow plug in there. It's got a fuel tank. It's got proper oil-filled shocks. It's got a metal chassis, aluminium chassis. It's 4-wheel drive as well. Which is pretty crazy. This is a nice little vehicle, and I listed this for £160. And the reason why Ryan mentioned if he offers me, £60 for my £500-600 Audi R8 at 5 in the morning, will I accept it? Is because someone made an offer on this car. This is listed at 160. Someone offered me £60 for it, and I accepted it, thinking it was this. Luckily the guy didn't want to buy it.
No,
he had cold feet.
He just wanted the engine out of it.
He just wanted the engine, and then he messaged me saying, "Oh, I want to buy it now." And I was like, "Oh, I've cancelled the sale now. Now I'm not accept. I've since learned it's worth more than 60.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sell it at 60 because I didn't want to say to him, "Oh, I was hoping you would cancel." So I just said, "I've just learned since that it's worth more." And so he really messed up because I was prepared to accept the L and.
Yeah, so
it was my mistake, wasn't it? So
yeah, it was.
Yeah,
completely.
but cool. This sold this evening for £65.
Yeah.
So really happy. We just let's make sure. I don't know if this is like a legit offer. Yeah, I'm not gonna even. But yes, it's
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
what was it on?
I got lucky. It was on the little car.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's definitely something that we're really lucky to have gotten away with, and it's taught me not to not to accept offers like that. Yeah. Well, Jason says, would you take 20? I've just been offered that, Jason. I'm sure that wasn't you, was it? I don't know, but yeah, it's been I was really happy to get away with that, really, because it was a big mistake, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Ouch, just had cramp in my toes. First time ever, says Jason.
Oh, no.
That's weird.
Heather's just left the chat, so sorry, Heather, if we've missed you already.
Oh gosh, okay.
But thank
Scoot
you for
out
coming.
to Source. Wow, okay.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh yeah, they're in America, aren't they? America. Jason says going down the wholesale route makes it more of an official job. The way we do things with hauls, sourcing, tap makes it more fun and not like a job. 100%, Jason. That's how I feel. Z, I'll send you a bid at 4 a.m. for a car. Might get one for a 5, says Chrisley.
I'm going to take his phone away from him.
Yeah.
He's not having it before like 5 a.m.
Yeah. Someone commented saying they now have a rule where they have to wake up and have 2 cups of coffee before they're allowed to look at their phone.
Oh, okay.
I think I might adopt that because
I'm just going to keep your phone.
Imagine if it had been on like an expensive truck or something.
No, I'll just keep your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Andy says the hair has lost his vintage electronics mojo. Yeah, I would say so. Maybe I'm just not in the mood right now, but there's so...
It's not to say you won't do it.
Do you know what I'll probably do, guys? When we start going car boots again, I'll probably start buying it from there, and seeing whether I can get stuff there. So,
yeah.
We'll righty then. Can I keep one, please? Lol, says Nick. Valentine's Day will be 16 years since I got engaged, says Karen. Ooh, wow.
Oh.
That's epic.
That is.
Righty then. 69 FNAF says Stu. Yes. Z, don't get Beck's pancakes for Valentine's Day, says Peter Ray. I don't...
We don't do Valentine's Day.
No, I don't know.
We just don't.
I'll probably get you something.
I don't want anything.
No? Alright. Okay, cool. Who pays £160? Foxy RC cars.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't do
right. And okay. Question, what's your weight now, Z? Have you come down much since? Walking a lot more. The feeler jacket won't fit soon. I'm hovering on the 16 stone mark.
You've actually lost quite a lot.
I think I've lost a fair bit of weight somehow. I don't know how, but yeah, pretty pleased with that. I would say I'm probably a bit above 16. Like 16 is like if I do first thing in the morning kind of thing. So yeah, you can now have Valentine's night in Greg's these days, says Jason. Oh, Bex needs Valentine's, says Dave.
No, I don't.
You're not into.
No, I'm not into it.
I'll get you some Chanel or something.
No, I've got some.
You got some still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't need that.
I think I got that when Tom came up, wasn't it? We got this giant.
Yeah.
You still got that one?
Yeah, still got that one.
Oh, Beck's good.
No.
She doesn't use it.
No.
It's good.
It's only special occasions.
So you get Bex a slipper clutch. Yeah, I don't think she'd like that. I don't believe her when she says she doesn't want anything.
I know he can believe me. I'm not into Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Is it you don't do it because you just yeah, we've never really done it.
We've never really.
Yeah, we did when we were super young.
No, we didn't.
No, I thought I used to get you a gift.
No.
Maybe in my head.
Maybe you thought about it.
Maybe I thought about getting. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I thought about getting you. Remember, Z, when they say no, they mean yes. See, that's the thing. That's what I've heard. Richard says, question, Z, would you buy a big haul of real car parts like Nick if you had the chance? Hell yes. Wouldn't you? Richard Hale asks, question, would you buy a big haul of real car parts like Nick if you had the chance?
Yeah,
I was like, hell yeah. I mean,
definitely.
there's that again, like we said, we're opportunists. It can be car parts, it can be RC car parts, it could be craft stuff, it could be anything. It's if we find a haul that's worth it, we will go for it, right? I mean, I think what you find is people do work under the law of attraction. What are you smiling for? What are you smiling? What?
But maybe you got it for himself.
Gift.
Is the thought that counts, right, Z?
Yeah.
That was Nick.
Yeah.
Maybe you got it for someone else.
Get Ryan the RCR8 for Valentine's Day, says Adam. Yeah, I'm not sure if Ryan deserves that from me as a gift. Yeah, I don't think we've even been on our first date yet. I mean, you know. So yeah, we have to at least go on a first date. You know, if I'm gonna give him that kind of gift, that's insane. But yeah, I think that like when it comes to finding stuff, I do think the law of attraction plays a big part, don't you?
Yeah.
Like you tend to find the kind of stuff that you're subconsciously looking for. I think I obviously sometimes an opportunity will come up that is too big to ignore, but I think like we didn't plan to find RC stuff, guys. No. We didn't, we
came across it, and it's just gone from there.
And when we initially looked at the stuff that they had for sale, the RC stuff was like, oh, that's cool, but it wasn't at the front of our mind.
No, it wasn't until we started actually realizing with it that we were like, oh my goodness,
this is the big part of it. Yeah. Exactly.
And I think Nick actually mentioned, like, at the time, he was just like, you know what, this is a really awesome deal. He was like, you don't know it yet, but it is.
Exactly.
It's like, okay.
Exactly. Truzy, R8 on the first date. Where do you go from there? Bedroom. Oh, God. Where do these chats go? I mean, seriously.
I don't know.
Where do they go?
I don't know.
Anyway, that did escalate.
That was like 0 to 100. Is that what?
Real quick. 0 to 100 real quick.
There we go.
There's a Drake song for you guys.
Yeah. Being all
drizzy.
What is it, like gangster rap on?
He's not gangster rap.
He's not gangster, is
Mumble rap.
He does mumble.
Mumble rap.
Yeah.
Right. I'm moving quick, Adam, to Optimus. Ryan's a comedian, man. He's a comedian. YOLO.
Oh dear. Anyway, shall we? Cause there was another thing.
Reseller mum's having Reseller mum's having a laugh. Definitely.
Oh dear.
It's so funny.
Anyway, so shall we? Did you want to touch on the photographs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing we did this week that was pretty cool.
We're slowly running out of time here.
Oh my God, it's 7:50 already.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been one of those chats.
Yeah. That it's just run away from us.
It's run away from us.
So we're gonna quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly go to a screen share.
Okay. No, this is something we'll talk about it first. This week another thing that we did, which was pretty cool, was we bought ourselves a new photo background. Been meaning to do this for quite a while, because we've got like our softbox lighting set up, and we've got like a background as well. Now the thing is, we were using a white bed sheet as a background, so are you looking at G-Man, Scott?
Yeah, I'm not going to read it. Anyway, should we carry on?
Yeah. So we actually had, we've been using like a bed sheet as our background, and we've been using it for quite a while, haven't we?
Well, it's not our bed sheet.
No, it's not our. No, we bought. No, this is going to get worse now, isn't it? No, we bought a bed sheet. We bought a white bed sheet specifically for photos, right?
Pure white.
Yeah, not a used bed sheet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It was a bed sheet we bought for
evening shells to room.
Yeah. Evening. So we bought that for our background. Now the problem with the bed sheet obviously is they get creased. They get they get dirty. You have to constantly wash them. You can never truly get creases out. So it's one of those things where you just can't do that. It's one of those situations that you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't do. And what else? Like they get, you have to constantly put them in the wash as well, and also they're a bit dull because they're like cotton or whatever. They're a bit dull.
Yeah, I mean generally the background's kept quite well. I mean, because although in the photograph I look at it sometimes and I'm like, oh, I really hate it.
Yeah.
Well,
and there were stains as well because of the kind of Like what I mean by that is like, for example,
for
say if you got a dusty bit of electronics or a nasty car or anything.
Didn't you get like oil on it?
I got petrol on it.
Yeah. And
nitro fuel. Yeah.
Yes. So there was all that really. Yeah. And so you got a new background.
Yes, we got a new background. Yeah, we bought it. I was umming and ahhing about it because it was like 40 quid almost, but I thought, why not? And it's a big roll.
And we've been thinking about doing this for a while.
Yeah.
About changing the background.
Yeah.
And we just never ended up. It's just like the whole, getting a label printer thing.
Yeah,
we've been like delaying it so much.
We so badly need it.
And it's been really, really silly because we know it'll make our jobs that much easier.
Yeah.
When we're coming to do the post.
Yeah.
And and the same with the background. It's going to improve the photos massively.
Yeah, hugely. It's very high quality. It's like a lot of GSM, which is like grams per square. Per square meter, so it's really thick, and it's smooth, and it creates that kind of seamless background. And what I actually did was I took some photos of this, so we can show you. So here we are again. Let me just move us out of the way. We'll go down to this.
Yeah, we'll go down here.
Okay, so this is a photo taken on the bed sheet.
Yeah.
So this is what we've been using.
Sheet one.
Yeah, and this is one of the better photos. So we've got a lot of stuff laid out. So this is actually an engine that we sold. And lots of bits laid out, so it covers it. Now, if you were selling one individual item where there's much more white background, that exposes a lot more of the creasing. You can see up here, there's wrinkles in the sheet. There's creasing. There's marks at the bottom.
Yeah, you can actually see marks.
Yeah,
I can't point to the screen, but up here, you can see me
there's
pointing.
marks and there's the mark around there. And then it's just not very. It's not great, and especially when you do close-ups.
And when you do close-ups, then you get like the creases and I hate
more
creases.
Marks. Yeah. It's just not so great, I thought. I mean, it's easier when you've got one item, but when it's easier to see when there's just one item on the screen, and it just doesn't look quite as good.
No.
And then we've just switched to this now. This is the photo background. It's completely clean. Like it's hard to get this across on the screen maybe, but it really does look mint. I mean, you can look at this helicopter there. It is epically clean, and it's just on a roll as well. So if it wears out or anything, we can just roll down. It's epic. It really is. You can see it makes. I've been loving it. Yeah. Well, you liked it when you saw it.
I thought it looked really good. When you placed something on it, I was like, oh wow, that looks really good.
Yeah, exactly.
It really does.
Yeah. So this is actually a helicopter that's for sale now. Pretty good fun actually. It's really fun.
Is this one you fixed?
Yeah, I fixed this up. So it had a damaged servo, so I replaced the servo and it's working fine now. But we really like this this background, and it's made a big difference.
I think so.
I'm kind of glad.
We really like it.
But what you said though is it's one of the things. It looks loads better. Definitely a good investment, says Jen Callum. And surely some. Okay, we're not gonna read that. Do you own a washing machine? Says Southwood. Says, yeah, we have been using it, but it was a pain to constantly do that. But yeah, so I really do think it's helping us to create nicer photos. It just looks nicer, and plus it just means that we don't have to worry about bits of having to go over the bedsheet with a lint roller and stuff like that to get the hair off of it and
getting the hair off.
But hopefully we're now gonna do. To be fair, the second background looks loads better, says Jason. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean. Beck telling me should have brightened these photos. That's Nick.
He should have done, really. They do look a bit dull.
Whatever. I think they're perfectly exposed. Thank you very much. It makes a big difference, and the thing is, hopefully it's going to spur us on to get a label printer, because we really should get a label printer. I've been looking at the Dymo 4XL. So
we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, cropping photos is definitely something we do. But I try to fill as much of the original photo with items as possible. I don't see the point. I want to create. My aim is when I take a photo. I don't want to have to do much processing if I can help it. So I want to make sure that the exposure is right. And I want to make sure that all of that stuff is good. I want to make sure that there's enough enough product in the shot so that it's not creating, I don't have to crop if I don't need to. So I do feel that it's fine. God, I hope that's not true. I hope there wasn't one of those on the sheet. Okay. How do you sleep with the engine parts? A lot of comments. Yellow and brown stains. Oh gosh, that's gross. I don't know why our chat's always descending to this.
I don't know.
Please let us know if you find a good deal on the Dymo for Excel, says Chelsea Rooney. I've been seeing them selling on eBay for about 100, which I don't think is bad.
Is that used?
Yeah, used.
Yeah, that's used.
Yeah, I think you can get used ones for Dymo for Excel for about 100 on eBay, and we've been thinking of just picking one of those up because I think we do need one.
Yeah, we do.
Just Ryan says, question, who's listing at the moment and how you're getting on? Don't put off getting a label printer any longer. Just go get one. Thanks.
Well, you're doing the listing on like the used RC parts because it's a lot easier for you to understand what's wrong with them if anything needs to be pointed out, or if anything's been replaced. It's easier for you to understand it rather than me because I don't really have a great deal of knowledge when it comes to. I can process stuff, but when it comes to like the used RC stuff, definitely Zahir's listing it. When it's the new RC stuff, I'm listing it.
Yeah, exactly. So the used stuff,
we're trying to work on each other's strengths, really. It's pointless giving me something that I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, exactly. Cope with.
It's getting on okay. We've not listed a huge amount this week, but enough. And we're building up a nice selection of drafts to go live. Yeah. Which is our aim, so that we want to get to the stage where we've always got some drafts to go, in case we can't list for whatever reason, in case we fancy taking a day off or whatever.
We need to add to it at the moment because I think we've run a bit low because I haven't done it. Did I do any listing yesterday?
You did some yesterday.
No, I'm not sure I did.
I did some yesterday.
I think you did some yesterday.
Nick says, get a 6x4 zebra printer, it's epic. Well, the Dymo 6x4 and it's cheaper. That's the only reason I'm looking at it. But the zebras, I've heard, obviously they're like bulletproof, I think, aren't they? So definitely something to look at. Rich Lepeak says, I photograph with raw and post-edited exposure, etc., but have gone back to shooting in JPEG and getting it right first time, saved lots of time. That's just it. It's about getting it right first time if you can. You take the photos. Mine, the amount of times I used to have to retake pictures because they were blurry, and I know it's that simple that you should actually look at it. I'm going to be making a video about this. But the thing is, there are little tricks to use. Even if you've got the lights and the background, that doesn't mean you're going to get the photo. So you definitely need to kind of get that kind of stuff sorted out. You need to kind of get that stuff right first time. So just because you've got a background, just because you've got the lights, it doesn't guarantee a good photo. You still have to make sure it's in focus. So you got to make sure that if you have a tripod, if you need a tripod, what were you doing? Okay. You've got to make sure that if you get stuff in focus first time, you've got to make sure it's in full frame, so you're taking up as much of the frame. You've got to make sure that the exposure compensation is right. I keep on talking about that, and the reason for that is because especially when you've got a white background and you've got lights, your camera tries to make things grey. It tries, in terms of balance. So I think that it's just something, if you can fix it at the point of taking the photo, just saves time, doesn't it? Saves time. David says, if you're buying a Dymo, buy from Amazon. Their customer service is amazing. Mine broke last month. I bought it in 2015 and they still sent me a free replacement. Oh wow. Buy from Dymo. Thanks, David. I appreciate that comment. Oh wow. bought it in 2015 and they sent a free replacement. That's pretty epic, actually.
Oh.
I'm surprised it broke so soon. Well, 3 years. I mean, you've probably been hammering it a fair bit, using it a lot. So, what?
What way to end, man?
What? He's been using it a lot. Using it.
Yeah, but why do you have to say like hammering?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Just how it came out.
Yeah.
Right. So
that was
but appreciate the tip. But yeah,
but thank you. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so that's definitely a good tip.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep an eye on that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I think that pretty much wraps it up for us. I think. Oh, don't forget, depth of field can be an issue if you're doing macro close-up shots, says Stu. Very true. Yeah, sometimes you can just you want to when I was taking photos on my camera, I always wanted to have the f number very high because I wanted the whole frame to be focused, and then zoom in, not zoom in, but fill the shot with the object. So I might make a little video about it. Some basics. I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to get like too kind of tech about it because it's not worth it. At the end of the day, you just want to quickly take photos, but there's some simple things that you can do on your phone which can help you take good photos, and I'll make a little video about that. Hammering it as much as I'm allowed to on my birthday and Christmas is David.
And on that note,
fantastic comment. I hope you enjoyed the chat this evening, guys.
Yeah.
If you did, please show your support and smash the like button, leave a positive comment. If you've got any comments to leave, we really do appreciate every comment that we get. Ray Cunningham, what are you guys up to after the video? We are going to go for a slow jog. Yeah, so that's the plan.
An almost fast walk.
Need to buy some coffee machines to bring this chat back to the level it used to be. Knockbox. We've had plenty of innuendos. You have been
missing your coffee, haven't you?
I'm missing my coffee machine massively. I can't stand the crap we're drinking right now.
It's not nice.
Yeah. Really appreciate the comments, guys. You guys are epic. Thank you so much. Smash the like button, guys, if you can. We do appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next video.
We'll probably be vlogging over the weekend, so. Yeah. Or flogging, whatever.
Flogging. Oh, yeah, that's going to help, isn't it? Flogging, the little whip and all that jazz. All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching.